I am all alone. Stuart has left and he's gone to England to collect the gearbox. So the next few days I'll be all alone on the boat, which is different, but also nice. And the first thing I like to do always when I'm alone is tidying up, because I'm a bit of a freak like that and I need a tidy space to work. It's always easier when you're alone because no one is on the way, and I've spent a few hours tidying up, so I think I'm good to go now. I've also ordered new shoes because these ones are dying. I've done the laundry and I've collected our post. And about that, let me show you what I got here. This is some dowel that our wood guru Simon has made for us. When he watched one of our last episodes, he saw the dowel we were using for the engine bed on the Iroko and said that is not maybe the best type of wood because it is not so water resistant and it tends to rot very quickly if it's in a humid environment or if it's in contact with water, and could be that at some point there's humidity and water around there. So he kindly made some Iroko dowel for us. So we will use definitely that for some other projects, but for the engine bed we're going to be using Iroko dowels that he made himself. Look, all of them. I must say that we tried to have a go and make them ourselves. He sent us a video of how to do it, but we spent a few hours one day, we got a bit, we lost our patience and we gave up. Probably we weren't using we realized afterwards that we were doing a few things wrong. So probably have a go in the future again. But this was gonna take us, at that rate, a long time. So Simon did it for us, so we're very, very grateful. He's helped us before with some wood projects and it is, yeah, super helpful. So now that we have that, as soon as Stuart comes back, we can put that Iroko together and epoxy it all together, ready to be installed. It is getting warmer, which is good news. The only thing is that the rain is coming now. So we might have to wait a few more days until we can fiberglass that P-bracket outside. So it looks like I am working inside again, and there's a few bits that I can get done. So yeah, let's get started. Whilst I was cleaning up, I've been going through all the things that we've got on the boat, and here we've got loads of streams. So I've been going through them and trying to guess where they go, which took some time, but I have labeled them all and I have found something really good. This stream. When we put this cabin together the other day, we realized that there are some screw holes where these two walls join. So we thought that there might have been a trim here. And lo and behold, it was on the shelf. And it goes like that. So these trim, together with those ones on the bottom edge, need work because we found them after we did the rest. But what I'm gonna be doing first is taking this wall off because that resin is more than dry now. So I'm gonna sand and prime it. And I'll be doing that outside because I don't wanna mess my clean boat. That is all good now, but I'm annoyed because I just realized that this needs gluing. before I paint. And I'm annoyed because I wanted to paint and I didn't see these the other day. Okay, so that's done. I think next I'm going to take the trims off and the final coat of paint on this wall. We just did one coat of gloss and it needs another one, I think. So it's a shame I have to take it all down, but we knew we still had to do a coat of paint. We just put it all together to see how it looked. But yeah, next, this wall. I've given it a light sand, so it's ready to go, but I'm gonna leave this painting job for last, because then I can paint and leave, and I don't have to deal with the stinky paint. So next I can do is this shelf, which is the one for the poop tank. I did epoxy one side, but the other side still needs doing, so I'm gonna get that done, and next I'll see what I do. And just started raining. I love easy, quick jobs like this. Next, I'm gonna go with the countertop, I think. A little bit of sanding and varnish. For these countertops look really, really good, it's gonna need lots of coats of varnish. We've done one so far because we wanted to show you how it looked in place. So I'm gonna give it a quick sand, which Google says I can do, well, some people says 220, other people says 320. So I'm gonna go with 320, a light sand, and then I can do the coat, the second coat of varnish. I have never varnished anything before, and so there's gonna be a lot more varnish to do. It's been a lot of epoxying, but not a lot of varnishing. But I'm excited about these because, yeah, after many coats, it should look really cool. I wanted to do this outside and get some fresh air, but it's raining, so I'll do it here. I wiped it with some alcohol. I have just dipped the whole roller in the tin. I'm always tempted to keep going, but pencils up, that's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. Still the second coat, so I'm sure after many coats it's gonna look amazing. Love shiny things. From here I don't know if the camera can see it, but I can see already a lot of dusty bits on it. But I'll get that off on the next sanding. And also I think you can see that there is some texture in it. I would like it to be completely flat, so I don't know if that will be possible just with sanding and coating again and sanding and coating again. Or it's because the first sand wasn't super flat. But anyway, we'll get it as best as we can. And Stuart just sent me a message, look at that. A bag of new rope that he bought for £30. He went to see Bob in Brighton, who is a fabricator, and he always has bits and bobs. Bob's got bits and bobs. £30, new, just a bit dusty. Good. And I sent him a picture of my varnishing. It's shiny. More layers. Yep. A few more. I apologize because the heater is always on and I know you can hear it in the background, but don't want to be cold. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's glued. So it's ready to prime. I'm going to tackle this one now, and then I'll go. Oh, the sun just came out after the rain. Stuart found these in the bin, and apparently it's really good paint. Oof, I need a mask. Oof. I always get nervous when it's the last coat because it's the finished coat and I want it to look good. So let's see. My plan was also working tomorrow, but a doctor's appointment has been moved forward. So I'll be going to the doctor instead. I get to go to the town next door, so it's not so bad. I might treat myself, have a croissant. But yeah, no work tomorrow, which means next clip will be with Stuart back and the gearbox back as well. I would have liked more time to work alone and get a few more things done for Stuart when he came back to be proud and happy, but it's okay. I'm satisfied and happy and looking forward to seeing Stuart and our new gearbox. So yep, that's it. Cheerio. Stuart is back in the show.
I went to England for a couple of days.
Look at that.
Got some trousers, people. No more shorts for me.
He's gone professional on us.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're gonna be playing on that gearbox today?
Well, I'm gonna set up a little work area for me inside the hangar and at least have a look. Got the manual printed as well.
Nice. Whilst he does that, I'm gonna quickly have a go at getting another coat on these bits, and then I'll join him. But I wanted to show you our little pools of water. A little pool there, a little pool there, and a big pool here.
Yeah.
The good thing is you can see the lines where they're coming from. So this one here runs down from this side up there. Stuart seems to think that my work on the stanchion bases wasn't good and they're leaking, which I don't think.
Yeah, well, you'll never know.
And I think it's coming from the Genoa track, which I will show you in a minute. It's got bolts missing and you can tell it's not like sealed anymore. So I think it's running from there all the way down. And then this one is at the same height, opposite side. And again, Stuart thinks it's my stanchion bases, but I think it's the Genoa track.
The problem is the Genoa track is right on the tow rail and it has 25 bolts and it's gonna be a real pain to undo.
25? I thought it was more than that.
Now we counted 25 bolts each side. Half of me thinks just to drill them out and bang them through. And
But still we'll need access to put the new ones on.
No, just stick a flex Genoa track on, it'll be fine.
I don't think so.
Just don't have a Genoa track. Just have a low friction ring.
So every time it rains, we get back to a boat with a little bit of water and it's a bit of a downer.
No, not really, it's only a bit of water. Have a look, pigeon bath.
Okay, well, it's
That's why-
less and less leaks every time. At least those filler caps don't leak anymore.
Yeah, but that's why here I want to put a hole through the bottom of the engine bed, like a drain hole.
Like on the structure there will be a
Yeah.
hole, you mean?
Yeah, because it will always pool there. But if we make a fiberglass tube, so of an inch diameter, 25 mil roughly, and fiberglass it in, it will just go into the bilge where it should go.
My only comment on that is why don't we fix the leak and then there will be no water in it.
There's always going to be some water.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna dry this water and get working. I think probably the fact that there is no bolt through this hole is an issue. There's one missing there, and also the wood underneath I think is also rotten. There's a little bit of teak under the track and is in better days. So the fact that that's rotten also probably means that even on the ones with bolts through, it's not totally sealed. There's another one missing there. And on the other side, the same place, there's also a bolt missing. And a crack on the track. So I think water is coming in through there. The only way to test if that's the leak is taping the whole track. So we'll do that and see if that makes a difference on the next rainy day. And I might also try and sand around these stanchion bases and see if I did a good job or not, because right now they're pretty rough, it's not finished. But maybe sand them a little bit and make sure that I sealed it all properly. They still need a little bit of work, but it's not work that can be done over the winter because we need dry weather and a bit of warmth. So I don't want to do the job, but I can have a look at them at least, sand them on a dry day and just make sure that that is not the problem. But yeah, we'll start by taping that track and see if that fixes the leak. It's definitely not good that there are bolts missing and probably water is coming in through there. But we'll see. I have these 3 trims that go around the toilet that have the screws in place and the plugs. So I'm gonna try to get the plugs out. It's the first time I do this on my own. I've seen Stuart do it, but I'm gonna have a go myself. 1, 2, 3 on this one. That one is half out. So 4 or 5 of them. Let's see. Look at that! Woo! That was so easy. And voila! I have access to the screw. Of course, it was beginner's luck. That one now broke inside, so I'm gonna have to drill that out. Stuart came to the rescue, so my screw is out, but now I need to take that one out. And this one went well. That's the first one I did. Now that Stuart's back, we're gonna glue together all this wood for the engine bed. So we've got the dowel, the wood, a lot of clamps, and I'm just gonna prepare the wood. We're gonna use epoxy with wood filler because we have used it before and we really like it. So all I need to do is, well, because Iroko is a little bit oily, I'm just gonna acetone it, then give it a quick rough sand on the surfaces that are gonna be epoxied, and then we just need to acetone it again before we epoxy it. Stuart says I don't need to sand it, but after playing in it, it feels quite smooth, and I think if we rough it up, it will bond better. So I'm gonna do that quickly. And then we're ready to go.
As soon as we start touching the white stuff, then that's deep enough.
All the holes were already drilled, but not deep enough, so that's what Stuart just did.
Well, they probably were, but where it's got that sandwich of wood, all I've done is gone all the way through the wood and just touched on the fiberglass underneath. So at least now the hole is basically all the way through the wood. It's as structurally good as it can be.
And I was wrong on my description of the job. I thought we were gonna glue all these blocks here on the table with the clamps, and then once that was dry, put them on the bed. But Stuart has just decided. What?
We decided a while ago, Marina forgot.
Yeah, I forgot that we made that decision. That we're gonna do the whole thing at once. So we're gonna stick them already in place. Now my only doubt, and that's why I think I forgot, is how are we gonna compress them down so we make sure that all the epoxy squishes out and is well glued. Because
with the mallet.
Yeah, but a mallet doesn't keep the pressure all the time. Whilst the clamps, if we did it on the table...
No, but once we put the dowels in, you saw what it was like. We put those dowels in, now you're moving for toffee.
Okay, we'll go with what Stuart says. We'll go for it.
Yeah, we got any blue roll to hand?
Blue roll in the afghani.
Cool. Alright, well, let's get it done.
Cool.
We're ideally trying to get it done in January, but with the week of bad weather and some other excuse, we didn't get it done. So today is the day that we make a bit more, do a bit more work. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a bit of wood fill, the epoxy wood adhesive, in the holes. Marina's mixing up some more resin, slightly thicker. Well, it's quite thick, babe. It'll be right. the dowel will poke it in. So get some resin in the holes, get some resin on the actual bed, put some wood on, bash the dowels in, chop the excess of the dowels off, and see how it goes. We're going to try this one, and if it's a total failure, then we will revert to another plan.
Is this good consistency?
Yeah, that'll probably do.
Like cement?
I think that's it.
Doesn't seem that much. Is that correct?
Yeah, probably.
We've got one block done.
Well, it was a noisy affair, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we'll probably dog the sound down for you.
That's a bash out good.
But we need to remember this is gonna be covered in a very thick layer of fiberglass, so...
Oh yeah, probably at least 5 mil. Admittedly, we cracked on without taking you guys with us, and that's what we're dealing with.
About to do the last one.
Yeah, done the forward one. Oh, the sound is absolutely hideous, but you know, we've only got to bash it in a few more times, and let's just hope it's at a good level. Oh, I'm actually really proud of the job.
Can you give me 4 sticks?
Okay. Attention. These were the first holes we drilled, so they were slightly bigger. Is that going to be alright, that one? Seems a little bit more wobbly than the others.
We have put some weight on the back ones, but that's it. Now that just needs to dry. We'll see how it is tomorrow. So before the end of the day, I'm just gonna get some gloss paint in there and another coat of varnish on that. And I'm not gonna bore you with that anymore because you've already seen me doing that. That one has 2 coats of primer, and I think I'm gonna do 2 coats of gloss and then it'll be finished. And on this one, today is the 4th coat of varnish, and I think I'm gonna do 8 minimum. We'll see how it looks after 8.
I think because it was warmer yesterday and we kept the heat in the boat, it's probably good to sand. Probably handy to keep these little pieces. They might do for filling screw holes. That is most of the one side sanded, rounded off the edges. Probably just got to give it a skim of filler just here where you see it's a little ripply. Couple of wee imperfections from the original fiberglass job. Got to do parts of this side just along here, but this trusted seacock is in the way. So 2 options, whip off the seacock or use the smaller sander. I think on the whole it's starting to look pretty good. So what I'll do for the rest of the day is sand the other side, mark up the wood for the bracing triangles on the outer side and the cross members, and get those marked up ready to take to the carpenter early part of next week. And then once those are in, next would just be to sand, do the fillets and laminate. So pretty excited. Hopefully when you tune in again next week you will notice a bit of an improvement. Fingers crossed. That's it, first week's instalment of Sailing Seabird. Marina and myself would really like to thank all of you that have liked, watched and subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button, it really helps us out. Thank you everyone that has given your comments, because we go through them as much as we can and we do try and reply. I do enjoy the interaction between us and the viewers. So thank you for the comments. It's been a really good week. As you know, I popped to England just to grab the gearbox, which I'm struggling taking the nut off, but I'm sure with a big hammer and a couple of big bars we'll get there. Where there's a will, as they say. Marina's been great and she's really got the building site looking slightly cleaner. Well, not slightly, it's actually looking a hell of a lot more organised, which is, it's really nice to move around. So very grateful for that. And very grateful to all the Patreons that have helped us out through our journey, because as you all know, and we do say it, and hopefully it's not, we don't sound like a stuck record, but thank you very much. And without your help and support, none of this, and we genuinely mean none of this would be possible. So thanks everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, click the button, come on, do it. And yeah, next week, you've seen the engine bed, so maybe next week we are further along. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, do what you need to do, and next week there'll be more. So have a great week, and until then, goodbye.